exactly what you are saying?
What we're saying that in our press text today, in summary, is that the DPR, which is the government agency that regulates the oil and gas sector, has indicted Shell for stealing at least 2 million barrels of oil. But while that was going on, one of the companies, owners of the oil in question, now hired its own private investigators to actually conduct an audit. And following their audit, it was discovered that what Shell actually took out was about 16 million barrels belonging to that company alone. But the 2 million barrels discovered by DPR belonged to at least about four local oil companies. Now, what we are saying is Shell has admitted to the 2 million that DPR indicted them for, but they have refused to pay back these 2 million barrels of oil, which we are insisting. Shell, it is not 2 million. You are admitting to 2 million. It is at least 16 million from one company alone. And we have now seen from what Shell is now doing is to try to divert attention from the main issues by now organizing media, international media organizations, and sell fake news to them so that they can now use it to attack these oil companies. And that is why all that they have been saying to these international media organizations are the things we have brought out to the fore here to say that Shell, no, it is not true that Mr. Benedict Peters is a wanted person in Nigeria. EFCC declared him wanted in 2018. And the court in 2018 declared that no, it was unconstitutional and indeed wrong by EFCC to have declared him a wanted person. They also tell the international media organizations that Mr. Benedict Peters bribed Desiani Allison in Madueke with buildings, properties in UK. It has also been discovered from court judgments that that is not true, that there was an order for interim forfeiture of those properties. But when he now came, and you know that this order for interim forfeiture, you get it ex parte, that is, you get it without the court hearing the other person. But when he was heard, he proved that the properties belonged to him and they were still in his possession, and he was paying all the bills on them, and the buildings are now his buildings and he is in occupation as we speak. So a lot of other issues Shell has raised just to smear the personalities of the management of AITEO. And the thing is this, AITEO has come to grow over time to be the people's company. When Nigerian football was at its lowest, it was AITEO, even to the extent of paying the national team manager of the Super Eagles. The professional league, they took over sponsorship of the, so they have impacted on the lives of the people. So if Nigerians don't connect, we wonder why would we not connect to a company that has done so much, for a company that has degraded us so much. You can see how much the government is spending and how much time and investments on Ogoni cleanup. It was all done by Shell, and yet what Shell is doing is just to cross crises and to cut corners in all the businesses they do. We have shown also documents to prove that there is malfeasance on the side of Shell, because the NNPC figures, the difference NNPC records that gets to the terminal from the figures that were generated at the oil well, sometimes is about 10 million barrels in a year. So in 2016 it was 6 million barrels difference, stolen, unaccounted for. In 2017, it was 7.5 million. In 2018, it was 10 million. We've not gotten the facts of the data from NNPC and DPR until they publish for 2019 and 2020. But it is increasing. Shell is getting richer while Nigeria is getting poorer. President Muhammadu Buhari is borrowing money all over. Yet, do you know how much that 16 million barrels of crude oil is valued at? About $1.2 billion. How much government can do with that amount? How much these companies can do with that amount? That is summary of what we're saying. So Shell must be made to be accountable for what they have done.
Okay. By who?
By the government, federal government of Nigeria. What we are calling is to call attention. Even the media can put their searchlight on these issues and continue to. We are all the documents we have made available. The letters of indictment by DPR, the admission by Shell, and all other letters to show that truly this is existing. Just right here in our own backyard. Shell cannot be treating us. How can Shell go and get a high court in UK to order the Court of Appeal in Nigeria not to continue sitting on a matter that is before it, brought to it by Shell? And the High Court in UK ordered parties not to attend the Court of Appeal in Nigeria.
Are you forwarding this, your notes, your letters to EFCC and others, or who to who?
Absolutely. No. The thing is, there are aspects of it that EFCC cannot investigate. The aspects of it that EFCC can investigate, like we read out, an organization that is also part of, has forwarded that to the EFCC and have gone to court to seek order of mandamus from the court to compel EFCC and the Attorney General of the Federation to investigate and prosecute Shell for the stealing of our crude oil.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.